Ashleigh, I think you see digital cycling as an opportunity to grow women's pro racing. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, well, I've certainly identified the potential of virtual cycling, and it is something that I've committed to longer term. So, for example, later today, I have a women's ride on Zwift in collaboration with Liv, which is every Monday at 5 p.m. CET. And I've just experienced such amazing engagement with a female fan base. I've just seen how taking part in these rides with these women, how it breaks down a whole lot of barriers which previously existed. So, often women feel somehow intimidated, or they feel like they're going to hold you back, or maybe they might embarrass themselves, or whatever reason they might have. There's always been barriers, So in order for women's cycling to engage a female fan base, there's always been these barriers. And just having engaged in these ladies' rides, for example, on Zwift, I've started to realize that it creates such a great opportunity to engage with a female fan base. And I make an effort to engage with them. So obviously to chat and to socialize and to answer their questions. And the questions range from anything like, how do I climb better out of my saddle, to what are you making for dinner tonight? So it just shows that it's a great platform where we suddenly start to reach, what the female fan base is looking for. They're looking for community, they're looking for an opportunity to learn, but also just to engage in casual conversation. And suddenly the women feel that much more, they have that much more confidence, because they're in the safety of their own home. So, for a lot of women, and particularly, I can say this firsthand, a lot of women, for example, in South Africa, there's a massive barrier in terms of, cycling, because of the safety aspect of the road, and I think that this presents a great opportunity for young talent, for example, to have a safe platform and to be able to train and to grow their talent. But for any woman all around the world, where they're in the safety of their home, so they don't feel intimidated by cars or even having a puncture. That's quite intimidating for a woman, because although we might know how to change the puncture, sometimes the physical strength required to change a puncture is not that easy. And then not only that, suddenly they also feel much more confident, because they don't feel scared that they might be embarrassed, or that they might hold someone up, And the other interesting thing, for example, of the virtual world, is that usually if you would have a ride with your fan, the fan next to you and maybe the one directly behind can hear what you're saying. But the rest of the people in the group don't hear what you're saying. So all of a sudden, when you're riding on Zwift, you can be riding with 80 ladies, and maybe some of them can't keep up, or some go ahead. But the reality is they can all engage. And I've already touched on the fact that I believe that virtual racing presents a great opportunity for women's cycling. So if I just look at the engagement I received and the reaction I received after my participation in the Tour for All, which actually, to be totally honest, is the first ever opportunity for women's cycling where we got equal coverage and opportunity as the men. So we raced the same races, same distances, on the same courses, and we got equal exposure on mainstream platforms like Eurosport and GCN. So for the first time in my career, it's crazy. I got the most engagement and the biggest reaction, the most followers from taking part in a virtual race. So it sounds a bit weird, I've podiumed before on a world tour podium in the road, but actually I got more interest from winning virtual races. So yeah, I definitely see it as a new discipline that should complement road cycling. I think the COVID crisis really showed cycling that we need to, road cycling in particular, that we need to diversify, we need to open our minds to new opportunities. And I certainly believe that digital cycling can only complement road cycling going into the future.